part of the mental health journey for everyone is, I think, understanding how your brain operates, and everyone's different. And, some of the smartest people I know have a very busy and noisy and high-powered brain that is hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And many of those are entrepreneurs. I also, I spoke about kind of my heart issues earlier, but I also was taught about mental health very early in life. My dad was an entrepreneur, and shortly before my 13th birthday, he, had a complete mental breakdown due to a severe cash crunch in his business. And, I was both angry, bitter, and confused as kind of a young kid. But as I kind of have reflected, I learned just this important lesson that, entrepreneurs have mental health challenges that are the combination of a lot of factors that others don't. So when you think of like what causes people to really worry, it's money issues, it's relationship issues, and it's health issues.
Yeah.
And many entrepreneurs who are facing kind of running out of money, underwater in debt, they start to not only feel the financial pressures, but it seeps into relationships and ultimately their own health, which is what happened to my dad. He bounced back and, was fine and helped others with their mental health struggles. But mental health has been, for at least 30 years of my life, I've been aware of it in a way that maybe, another generation before me would not have been aware.
Yeah. There's obviously really scary statistics about the mental health issues among entrepreneurs. And I've tried to find any statistics specifically about people who had successful exits. I couldn't find any. But my own observation in the last 13 years of working and meeting lots of post-exit founders is that those rates are even higher. Like if I just look at my podcast guests, like everyone has an issue. There is always something that they had to overcome. So I'm thinking that in overcoming those issues, in understanding ourselves better, we probably actually become better entrepreneurs.
If it doesn't
kill us.
Yeah, I mean, as you're talking, I'm thinking about Tony Hsieh, who, Web 1.0, I got to know. And then, here's a guy who sold to Amazon for over $1 billion. He, revitalized downtown Las Vegas, very wealthy guy. Last time I was with him, full of life, was at the, Vegas Golden Knights hockey game, which he loved the Golden Knights. Little did we know under the surface, for this guy whose mission in life was to create happiness.
Exactly.
He was being eaten inside. And I think that we write about this in the book because there are, I don't know the numbers, but 100% of entrepreneurs that I speak to, you speak to entrepreneurs and it usually goes like this. Hey, how's everything going? We're crushing it. Never been better. I'm like, great. Tell me, like, how many employees? Like, and I'm like, are there any issues that I could help out with? Well, I got this, this, and this. How are you doing personally? Miserable. My husband hates me. You haven't seen my kids. I many days don't want to get out of bed and deal with everything, but I know I have to because people are. And so it's like this, externally crushing it and internally getting crushed, which is typical. And part of writing this book is to tell entrepreneurs that, like, loving to shovel shit is great and miserable. There's beauty in the suffering, and you're not alone in the misery that you're feeling and the weight of your situation, which is oftentimes very weighty, let's just say.